Hey, Mr. Positive here. Hey, I'm starting this thing on this series talking about, God in its entirety. But these things that I'm talking about with God, these things are made up of more of the relationship, more of not so much of just the existence of God, but how to take God as your personal connectivity, right? How to make it so personal that the relationship, it becomes like a magnet. Okay, you have that for surety, that security, that for certainty that is going to take you to the highest level of yourself, that is first. Then of course, as your soul prospers, so shall you prosper, as it is evidently written in the scriptures. So you too would be that prosperous too, according to how close you get to God. So the reason why we want to stay focused on this God thing, not a complex, this God thing, not a thing that you can touch per se, but this God thing, which is something that exists without you have to use any of your senses, right? The closer you are on the magnetic term of God in you, the closer the things where you could touch, it start becoming your psychosis, your mental concept of reality, right? The senses, smell, taste, hear, all that stuff, right? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you understand what God is, who God is. I'm going to say what God is because we can't identify him as a man. We cannot identify him as a thing. And we sure cannot identify him as one in particular solitude of a person or of a statue, of anything that is solid. He is everywhere. He lives in everywhere, and he lives in every living mechanism or organism that lives inside of this world. All right. What makes us so powerful and makes us a piece and part of God is that he gives us the ability to grow no matter what circumstances, situation we get into. Me being Mr. Positive is just a form of giving you the positivity that God represents, because there's no negativity in God. I can say that because I know when I'm operating inside of my own human, conscious, what I think about, and then when I'm operating in the God conscious, what I don't think about and have the answers to, right? So these are things where you put yourself in a position to get to know God better by having that close relationship of wondering, right? The wondering mind, not the eye, the wondering mind puts yourself in the seclusion state where you start thinking beyond what your human capabilities are able to do. Although we can walk, although we can talk, although we can sing, dance, jump, scream, shout, those things are only responses to the very signal that tells us to do those things. God sits inside of you to put you into the ability and alignment to do the things that is going to give you the best enjoyment out of life. That's the reason why God prunes those he loves, so that you could bear more fruit, as is written in John 15. But I'm telling you this healthy concept because you have to know, what does it mean to be strong? What does it mean to be you, right? It means that when God wakes you up, puts you in the best position, he puts you in that position to do only what would benefit you and him together, that lives inside of you. Hey, this is truth. I know, because he lives inside of me. He lives inside of all of us. Whether you believe it or not, you are going to experience some form of God in your life. Whether you're happy, whether you're connecting with a person, whether you're enjoying yourself, whether you're having a good time, whether you're laughing, all those characteristics are evidence of God's presence in your life, right? It used to be a saying, like, whenever there's two or three gathered, he's there in the midst. That concept holds to be true. Whenever there is two or three gathered amongst two or three energies, everyone around you, that energy is going to make up of a positive matter, right? A positive matter, to me, not a positive matter like a rock, but a positive matter, meaning that is making you feel better, is giving you a chance of great memory, right? The better thoughts that are created inside your head with better energy and connectivity, the better off you'll be able to think, and the better off you can pass through your darkest times, knowing that lighter times are to come. These are things that you have to understand about God and what God is at the core. Though you can't touch God, you could surely experience him. Though you can't smell God, for sure, he says there's no way you could taste his goodness and go back to the old ways of yourself. Hey, listen, you might not be able to see him, but you sure will be able to feel him. I am Mr. Positive, and I say come follow me over here at Walk in Success 16. And not just follow me, come join the journey. Have a good time. Have a great time. Listen, learn everything that I'm learning as I travel, as I go around these places. I'm definitely taking you with me, always pumping you up. Couple of days I haven't recorded because I'm still working on this big project, and the big project is called the God that we know. Don't allow the small circumstances of life to ever hold you down, right? As you climb a mountain, and I use this for so many different situations and scenarios, as you climb a mountain, remember you're climbing to get to the very top. Although your views might be something that may be challenging, remember your efforts is beyond just you making decisions and doing something. Your efforts is about purpose, morals, right? What drives you, right? So if you see something and you say, hey, I'm supposed to have that, you work hard towards it. Let's take a car. Hey, you work your job, you pay your car payment so you can continuously enjoy that one special moment when you're driving down with your top down or your sunroof open, whatever you drive your car windows down, that you enjoy that moment. And although it's a short moment, you might be traveling, might be further, might be longer, whatever, it's still enjoyable because the work that you put in behind it says that you made it to where you needed to be. Well, God gives you one even better. God says, how about I take away your work? You don't have to do work. And I bless you and to give you the best things out of life. And the only thing you have to do is believe and know that I could do it. I know this to be true. This series that I'm about to set up, the God, is going to be monumental for you to receive and believe what God is truly made of. Not coming from a one person or several people, but coming from the very source, which is inside of you. I think God is going to be inside of you like he is inside of you right now. I think he's going to even explore the idea inside your mind, inside your heart, right? Because he judges the heart and he comes from a very sourceable place inside of you at the core, right? We all have a conscious, we all conscious being, right? That's how we become aware of life. And this is something that you have to be very mindful of. It takes time, but at the same time, it takes steps. And the steps you're going to make today, I believe, is the steps that you're going to decide where God really is in your life. And if he's in your life, where is he? Is he at the core? Is he at the surface? Is he outside of you? Is this something where you feel like you need to chase? No, God is living inside of you. And he's going to position you to be the best position that you need to be in your life. How he's going to do that is he's going to make you a better person by just believing. He's going to make you a better individual by just believing. Hey, when I started these videos, I was struggling even greater than what I am now. But to tell you the truth, it gets easier and easier and easier the more I do it. Let that be a lesson for you. It gets easier and easier and easier the more you do it. Don't allow situations and time to hold you back. You are greater than those things. Don't allow a problem to say, hey, I'm going to make it maybe. No, you're going to make it absolutely, for sure. There's without a shadow of a doubt, because you are victorious inside and out. And victorious in the things, in the ways of God. Your enjoyment of life should never, ever be shattered. Ever be shattered by anybody else. And you should not shatter anybody else's dreams and enjoyment neither. Because you should be comfortable inside yourself starting today, if you're not already, and you should be excited for the new things that God is coming to do inside of you, because all things are working for your good. It starts inside. So, as some of the parts of the scriptures would say, as a man thinketh, or woman thinketh, so is he or so is she. Have that thought pattern. Let this be the first steps of starting your wonderful new journey, because over here, this journey is definitely fantastic. And I tell you guys, as I tell you more and more about it, the relationship with God increases, grow even the more. The more positive you are, the further away you get from circumstances and situations that was not suitable for you. Hey, I love you guys, and I love you with the love of God. Let this be peace that passeth all understanding. Hey, take care. I see you in the next one.